beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. Happy December 2020. We're getting through. How y'all doing? My name is Akiwa Asamoto. You can call me Eki's Famous, creative director of Your Queen. And we are here for another episode, another count, another panel discussion of Behind the Mic. Your Queens. Who are we? We are your first ancient African royalty education company in which we teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. What that means, we dress up like these queens, African queens, and we do storytelling, song, and dance. You can book us for birthday parties, daycare centers, school presentations, and now we are doing Behind the Mic, talking about so many different topics. We talked about Black love. We talked about inner peace and healing. We talked about financial wealth. We talked about education, and we talked about Umoja and Kujichagulia. And guess what today is? Y'all could guess. It's Ujima and Ujamaa. We're going into Kwanzaa because we love Kwanzaa. It's such an amazing time, not only to celebrate 7 days of Kwanzaa, but throughout your life. Amazing principles. But before that, I want y'all to see my amazing panel today. So let's see my beautiful people. Look at y'all. Hi, beautiful people. Welcome. I have two special guests on here. I can't wait for you guys to hear about them, and they're going to give us so much knowledge. But before that, you already know who she is. She's Shannon Alomar, part of Your Queen. She's been here. Let her just say hello to you guys. Let's go.
Hello, beautiful people. Happy Wednesday. I was about to say Tuesday. It is definitely Wednesday. But we are pushing through. I hope you all had a great day. And I'm so happy to once again be in your presence. So my name is Shannon Alomar on Your Queens. I embody the beautiful Queen Nefertiti. I also serve as our webmistress. And I'm on our board of directors as an advisor. In my professional life, I am a kindergarten first and second grade science teacher. And I'm also a grad student. And again, keep the prayers coming because Lord knows it's final season. And before we keep going, I just want to give you all a little background on Kwanzaa. So just the definition to get us started, to get us out there. And I'm going to read it to make sure I don't mess anything up. Okay. So Kwanzaa is an African-American and Pan-African holiday which celebrates family, community, and culture. It was created in 1966 by Dr. Maulana Karenga, a professor of Africana Studies. Kwanzaa is a 7-day cultural festival, and it begins on December 26th. So it is starting very, very soon, and it ends on January 1st. It joins the communitarian values and practices of the continental African and African American culture. So during this holiday, families and communities organize activities around the Nguzo Saba, which is the 7 principles that we talk about. So we have Umoja, which means unity, Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. We did those 2 on Monday. Today we are doing Ujima, collective work and responsibility, Ujamaa, cooperative economics, Nia, purpose, Kumba, creativity, and Imani, which is faith. So participants also celebrate this with feasts, music, dance, poetry, narratives, all these great creative things. And they end the holiday with a day dedicated to reflection and recommitment to the 7 principles. So in short, these are principles that we uphold in our everyday lives. These are things that we try to live by, but during this holiday season, we like to bring it to the forefront. So this is what we are going to be talking about today, and I hope you enjoy.
Yes. Peace, brother. Got Shannon Boo on here. Peace and blessing, Williamson. Good evening, beautiful Black people. Let's go. If y'all are tuning in, hello, Kimberly. Welcome. Do us a favor. Share this out. Share this knowledge out to your family and friends. Let's blow it up for Kwanzaa for 2020. We need this positive energy, and it's all a vibe over here, y'all. Let's do it. Next up is my girl, Mickey, who I've known for many, many, many years. Y'all seen her on this platform. Go ahead, my love. Take it, Mickey. Let them know about you. She coming all the way from Mississippi.
Mills. I go by Mickey. Yes, but I was born in the Bronx, so but I rep Brooklyn. I am a almost fifth year teacher here in the South. I am in a new position this year, so it comes with a lot of highs and lows, growths and grows. But overall, I'm just happy to be here. And I'm just thankful for this platform, for these beautiful people on the screen. And I know we will rock out and we will be awesome today. So thank you.
You're welcome. I love that. Glows and grows. Excellent. Next up is got my boo. We're like 2 days apart. This is my boo, Angie, up on here. New mommy. We love you. She out here glowing and whatnot. Let them know. Let the people know how you do it.
Oh my God. Good afternoon. Good evening. Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Happy Powerful Wednesday. I'm going to use that word today and say Powerful Wednesday. My name is Anjanae, but everybody knows me as Angie. I embody, I should say, because Shannon made me feel it. So I embody Queen Cleopatra in Your Queens. I serve as a social media manager for Your Queens, and I also am on the board of directors as an advisor. And on my day-to-day, if you can see, I'm in the footwear industry. So if you can look at behind me, you see my collection, and that's just a little taste of my collection.
I love it.
But, I'm in the footwear industry, and that's my 9 to 5. But I'm so happy to be here on another panel to talk to you guys about Ujima and Ujamaa today. And I just can't wait to get into the conversation.
Yes, girl. And I see you rocking your Ecky's famous earrings. Let them know.
Let them know. Let them know. Let them know.
Yes. Absolutely. So I have two special guests, two brothers that I've known for a while. I'm so blessed to have them on here. So first up, I would like to introduce to you. I'm going to read briefly about himself, and then he can take it away from there. You guys can hear me well? Excellent. So we have my brother, Wally Bearfield. He is the CEO of Your Voice Media, which is based in New York City. His company's mission is to help promote new and established artists, models, entrepreneurs, actors, and much more. And guess what, y'all? We were one of the first people to be featured on his platform because we started the same year. So this is like family. He has something, we did. We got something, we did. You know what I mean? So to have him on here is an honor. And he also has a show called Z Talk, which is part of his production company. Guess what? And you can expect new shows from him coming in 2021. Wally, take it away.
Wow, I didn't expect that introduction. Like, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And the honest mind, you guys are family since day one. You took a chance with me to be in the first issue I ever published. And shout out to Click Photography.
Yes.
And I appreciate you guys for that, man. And it's family. Whatever you guys need, like you said, advice for I'm there. YV is always going to be family to you. I'm always going to be family. So thank you so much. And this energy is amazing. I love it. Thank you. Everybody got a smile on their face. I actually don't feel like a Wednesday, but it is Wednesday. You're right. But it's a quick week. But thank you so much. Yeah, you pretty much hit it on the thing. We're a media company. We're doing, we should have a book coming out next year. We have shows coming out. Z Talk is definitely one of our talk shows that's out right now. You can see on Instagram. And we just doing a lot of things, 3 magazines, hip hop, entertainment, and also teen. So, and also I have the foundation that I'm working on right now, named after my son, the Kamel Barfield Foundation, which is just about giving back, and I'm sure we're going to talk about more about that later on, but it's about giving back and helping children out there in the world.
We appreciate you, Wally.
I appreciate you guys right back. Thank you.
Absolutely. And next up, so I want to bring on another brother of mine, Stephen Beasley Anthony, because let me tell you about Stephen really, really quickly. He's known me, of course, since Ecky's famous. I believe we met around 2008 in church at Emmanuel Baptist Church in Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to Emmanuel Baptist Church. But what's so special about Stephen is he literally was with me when I had an idea about Your Queens. I think we were like sitting down in a lounge somewhere in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. He probably has the real authentic story. So He's literally come to every single event. And even when he can't make it, he's like, Tessa Eki, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. I know you're there in spirit. You're rocking with us. And look, we're always going to work together and build together, whether it's months we haven't spoken or just the other day. This is my brother. So I want to introduce and read a bit about him, and then he could take it from there. My brother, Stephen Anthony Beasley, is a Christian, a husband, and a bonus dad. Let's give it up for Dad. A family member and a friend, a musician, and a public health advocate. Stephen Anthony Beasley, let them know more about you and how great you are. Yo, you gotta unmute.
Thank you, Eki. It's always wonderful to be in a space with you, either virtual or in real life. And I think just about that story, which I always tell, is we were on a bar stool in a lounge around the corner from the house. And around the corner from where we both lived at the time, we lived about a block away from each other at the time. And you were incubating this idea and carefully planning it, but also letting like vibes, spirit, collaboration, and life just kind of move you forward to where you needed to be, which is, where you are, and which is where you'll grow to. So I am always on the sidelines and in the front seat, in the front row for your queens. So yes, those words really define what my personhood is. I turned 40 this year. I live in New York City. My New York City life has taken me to Southeast Queens, and it's really something to live out here. I think when we talk about Blackness, there's something real special that I realized once I got here about that, which I might delve into later. But so since 2007, I've been building a catalog of music that I call Songs of Joy and Power. You can get that on all social media and all music streaming platforms, just under my name, Stephen Anthony Beasley. And if you have an interest in health, I have been working with health advocates of all kinds, folks in government, folks in the legal field, folks in hospitals and health spaces to just do any sort of programming that I can get myself involved in that improves health and quality of life, especially in Black communities, communities of color, and other marginalized communities. And I also share leadership in a space called the New York City Coalition to Dismantle Racism. And so that's a little bit about me.
I love it. Thank you for being here. Amazing, amazing. All right, y'all. Robin, your girl Robin is on. She said, hey, Stephen Anthony Beasley. Yes, he is the truth, full of knowledge and wisdom. We've had hours and hours of conversation. Kimberly Marquis said, wonderful. Thank y'all for being here. For those of you just joining again, we are your queens, the first Asian African royalty company teach about African royalty. You know, all the African through storytelling, song, and dance. Great intro. Thank you, Queen. We've been around 5 years, and we've done over 250 booking from small to big. Again, you can book us virtually as well. We got Kwanzaa coming up on December 26th, right here on this platform at 5 p.m. Share this out with your family and friends, because we're giving you good vibes, good energy, and all that goodness. Yes, yes, my sister Cherise, I love you. I love you, boo. Thank you for being here. You got Stephen's wife, Charlotte, on here. You better support your king, honey. Support your king. Yes, I love it. So I want to read about our 2 Kwanzaa principles, all right, for our audience. And then we're going to get right into our questions. So here we go. Ujima. Ujima means to build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together. Isn't that deep? Make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems. So it just says we are one. And I'm reading this and I'm like, this is what your queens does right away. And then we have Ujamaa, and some people like to call it Ujamaa, to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses to promote from them together. So let's get it started with our first question for tonight. And it is simply, what does Ujima mean to you? Who would like, usually I'll pick, but who would like to take this question? Who want to jump right in? Who's ready? What does Ujima mean to you? I feel like I have a feeling who's going to jump in first. What does Ujima mean to you? Shan.
Literally, you as you come on.
It's a vibe.
I was like, it's gonna be shit. I was like, it's gonna be Shannon. I was like, let me not even press the button.
I'm gonna just double dutch on in here. All right, so we know Ujima, in its simplest form, is just making our brothers and our sisters' problems our own and coming together in that collective space. And there are some people who are just built that way naturally. So I feel like I'm one of those people who, even if someone brings something to me and they're not trying to make it my problem, it just becomes my problem. I start trying to troubleshoot for them and like all of these different things. But I just think that it's an important part of our growth as a community is not always operating in the self sense. But one interesting thing that I am learning about that as I get older and having those feelings of always wanting to save others, not save others, but always wanting to help others, is that sometimes you also have to recognize how much you can do in someone's situation and when you need to pull back. So some circumstances, it's just as simple as you giving advice. Maybe if the person is open to that advice, sometimes they're not ready to receive it. So, make your brothers and sisters' problems your own. Try to help with solutions where you can, but it's also kind of recognizing what role you need to play when it comes to that. So Ujima for me is just pretty much being a listener, finding where I fit in and giving what I can. And if I'm not able to give it, not beating myself up over it. It's just kind of like maybe pushing them into another direction of someone who can help them or a resource that'll help them where I can't. So that's kind of where I see Ujima in my life now.
Amazing. That was exceptional answer. And we're similar where we want to be there for people. It's a natural thing to do. You know what I mean? It's just everybody has their role in life. So we know I had a friend one day who called me. Listen, if you're gonna call me and tell me something that hurts you or bothers you, you better be ready that I'm gonna pray for you on the spot. You know what I mean? Or I'm going to find some type of solution. I'm going to give you resources. That's just naturally. I've always been this way. But like Shannon's saying, finding that balance to do that as well. But we as a people have to support each other. So you're going to call me with something, I got you. Just naturally. And also being a great listener, sometimes people just want that as well. That is a gift in its own way. Kimberly Marquis said it means a way of life, doing what you can for others. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Don't ever feel bad for doing stuff for people. Define it again. Are you making a statement, Mom? You want us to? That's my mommy on here. Hi, Queen. Titi said hi. My line sister's on here. Love you, Queen. Thank you for being here. Good evening. Shaharia, I hope I said your name right, Queen. Ms. Johnson, good evening. Thank you for being here. I love your profile. You're beautiful. I saw that. Next up, so we have what is Ujima? What is Ujima? I would love for Stefan to jump on this.
Okay, so this is very interesting. So after some exchanges that I had with my wife, Charlotte, who's a native of Kenya, but also from people across the diaspora, folks from South Africa, West Africa, other places in the world, there can be either some friction or some like really kind of perplexed state about why this was even done, why this even came about. And I really want to frame that like these principles, which are taken from words in Swahili, what they represent for me, what all of them represent for me as a Black American and the direct descendant of slavery. I mean, the last person in my family to die who was born a slave died less than 15 years before I was born, and I was born in 1980. And so for me, for that person, for the person who started Kwanzaa, for the collective that started Kwanzaa and the collectives that continue to bring forth these principles, I just agree that each one of these principles, and up to and including this one, this build and maintain our community together and make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems to solve them together. Like, even lifting up that framework is resistance in itself, because, you know, over 1,000 years of white supremacy, you know, starting with colonialism, right, have kept us from doing that. Like, that thing is so worked against. It's worked against in our environments. It's worked against in the places where we go to school, where we go to work, where we live, work, and play. It's worked against in our families. It's worked against in our relationships. It's worked against in internally, because of like the internalized racism we have about ourselves, because that's put on to us, you know. So this statement, what Ujima means to me, is really a form of loving resistance, and this call for us to really challenge ourselves to work in true community and to work in true collaboration. And honestly, it convicts me every time. These principles convict me every time they come about. And I was blessed to go to a predominantly Black archdiocese of Catholic schools where, like, literally, I mean, they were sponsored by Budweiser, but there was these huge portraits with these narratives about, you know, kings and queens of Africa and folks in Black history. You know what I'm saying? Even growing up in that sort of framework, I even had so much difficulty, just because of internal and external forces of racism, to push myself to make my brother and my sister's problems my problems, to push myself to get involved, because I think that this principle for me pushes against that natural instinct for us to kind of close ourselves off and stick and move and just be kind of out for ours and kind of be really suspicious of each other and everything. It pushes us outside of that. And for me, as a person who, I mean, I consider myself Generation X, but I'm very heavily influenced by like silent generation folks and baby boomer folks and you know, like earlier Gen X folks. And those narratives, especially in the context of Blackness, was you know, kind of watch out.
Wow.
And so that's how this principle and all the principles of Kwanzaa really convict me. I hope that wasn't too long, but
no, I love the full circle. I love your passion for talking about it, and just even talking about what we've been through. Our ancestors have endured, and you're saying, I'm like, boy, I've celebrated Kwanzaa since I was a little girl, and more as we celebrate, I'm like, this is why we're doing it. This is why we're doing, like you said, that love and resistant, and it kind of just affirms so many things of more why platforms like this are important, why platforms like YV Magazine are important, why the public health work that you're doing is important, being a teacher. Oh man, I always say that we need more Black teachers and principals, especially men, because y'all got wisdom. You know what I mean? Y'all got power and wisdom, and we need more Black men principals in the school system. So those of you people who are out there, apply. You can do it. We're magical beings. Magical beings. Next up, Queen Angie. What does Ujima mean to you?
You know, I thought you was gonna skip me for a second, so I was over here thinking. But Ujima, so Stephen and Shannon, thank you, because I had something else that I was gonna say, but I think after listening to both of you guys, it just changed my whole philosophy of what I wanted to say. To boil it down to, I think Ujima means voice. And when I say that, I mean what we are actually experiencing now as black people in today's society, after the events that happened this summer with the murder of George Floyd and the killing of Breonna Taylor. We have been going through the systemic racism for such a long time. And it took events like that to start up our community to now be there for each other to convict change. Because before this, we didn't talk about celebrating our Blackness the way we talk about celebrating our Blackness now. We never talked about celebrating Juneteenth. We never talked about having, holidays like Kwanzaa being celebrated in workplaces that are predominantly white. So the fact that we are able to have this change come forward to our community for people to understand that, to understand our history, that although we were slaves, we're not slaves anymore. And we need to stop embodying the slavery mentality. And the fact that we all stood up and we rioted, we gave our voice, and change has happened, not as much as we wanted to, but some form of change has happened between July and June of this year to now. It is us coming together and solving a problem that we've been facing for so long. So just to sum it up, like for me, Ujima means voice, and having a voice in a community and having a voice in the world that allows for people to come together to collectively bring about change.
Wow. Yeah, but also even Angie looks gorgeous, doesn't she? Yes.
Thank you. I think this motherhood glow is going on me.
Look, bring that hair, look. I'm like, bring that hair back forward again, like you had.
Don't Eki, don't get me started. Don't get me started, because once you start me, I can't stop now.
I'm cracking up. Preach. Kimberly said, preach, my niece. Amen. Amen. She did that. But weren't you one of the pioneers with your job to even bring about Black History Month in the forefront?
Yeah. So along with a couple of my colleagues, someone brought it to my attention that there was a lot of different things going on within the company's culture. So someone introduced me to somebody else who was thinking about having this vision of coming together and bringing Black people together within the office space. And from there, we came together and all collectively, not only myself, but my partner, shout out to Patricia Respres, and everybody at the Foot Locker team who definitely helped us out. And we came up with this great educational programming for Black History Month. And to the point where, it was phenomenal to see all of the people that were involved. And to end Black History Month, we ended up doing a celebration of culture where we actually had people cook food from every single Black culture. So we had Southern food, we had Caribbean food, we had African food, we had everything that you could imagine to celebrate that and to bring people together, so that we had something that would connect us all and have people ask questions, which people wanted to know more and more, to the point where we were very sad that we couldn't celebrate Black History Month in 2020. But again, we did something else virtually to still make the company feel included. So
bravo. We're doing the work. Bravo.
We're doing the work.
Robin, we're doing the work. Robin said in Louisville, they have ended no-knock warrants because of us coming together and raising our voices. I love that you said voice, Ujima. And you said something else before that, Robin. I think about Stephen family from 1965. There was a comment right before that. But yeah, it's so deep. Speaking of voices and Ujima being a voices, you know where I'm going with this. We have Your Voice Media, Wally Bearfield. What does Ujima mean to you? Y'all like that transition?
First of all, man, everyone, great answers. I really love hearing, learning new things and hearing things such as that. So I think all y'all have some great answers. When I think of Ujima, it just makes me think about knowledge. Your platform, your queens, you're constantly, you're not just, everyone sees a performance, but you're teaching. You're giving knowledge to the community, to our community, and letting them know who we are, that we're kings, we're queens, where we come from. And that's pretty much what I think is the most powerful thing in the world. I try to learn as much as I can. I try to give as much as I can. My platform is about giving a voice to, as many people as possible, especially our community, and constantly building more and more platforms where we can have our voice and we can speak. So But knowledge to me is so important. And right now I try to, get as much knowledge as I can to the people around me. I think our community needs to focus more on making sure that we're thinking about the next generation, such as assets, life insurance, doing those are the things I feel like that's not taught to each generation. We're not thinking about making sure that we have things in place for the next generation, making sure that we're owning land, we're owning estates, we're owning things that can be passed on continuously and stay within our community. And I just think that's the most important things for us to do, is to continue to, as a people, to gain knowledge and
absolutely. Yeah, and again, you are just naturally doing the work. Tracy Bearfield, shout out to Wally from YV family. Look at all the love. Y'all are dope. Y'all are dope. Let's do this. That sounds amazing. Food speaks louder than words sometimes. Sidebar, I'm hungry, y'all, because we've been talking about food. I can't wait to eat after this. But no, you said it. Even assets, life insurance, learning about stocks and bonds, but also like even during this time and before then, use the time to educate yourself. Like jump on a lot of people's lives like this, or a lot of people's webinars. They're out there. Educate yourself weekly. I'm gonna challenge the world. We're challenging the world to educate yourself weekly on somebody's webinar. And it's us doing it because we have the knowledge. And if you feel like, oh my God, I don't know what this is about, go back and try it again. Take your notes, review it, because the goal is to build wealth and for us to continue to be successful. Because we all could be billionaires. There is enough for everyone, but you have to change your mind, right? Surround yourself with the right people and good people. Yeah. Next up, we have absolutely. Thank you, Wally. Mickey. What does Ujima mean to you, Mixters? She'll be coming on any second now. Yes.
I would definitely say that Ujima is a lifestyle in which people engage together for the sake of inclusion. So you have to want to be around people, to help people, to be for people.
I love that. That was straight to the point. I felt that. Definitely. Thank you so much, Mickey, for chiming in, to be there for each other. When she finished, we all had our face like, okay, sum it up. Peace, brother Matthew. How you doing? Thank you for being here. For those, Tawana, we're getting a little feedback. I think if you can mute your mic for us, if everybody could just mute for a second. So Tawana Bearfield said, it's so surprising that my mom never knew what Juneteenth was until I told her about it this past summer. Real talk. Yeah, a lot of people are still, even as you're typing that, there may be some people that doesn't know. And it's okay that you don't know. We're here to educate you as well. So many things. Juneteenth, Kwanzaa, or not even celebrating Black History Month. You're so right, Queen Tawana. Absolutely. I think we've celebrated Juneteenth since we started Your Queens as well. We did a talk this year during COVID for my homegirls platform, Africa, which was really, really dope. So for those of you who are just joining in, we are Your Queens. We teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. You can check us out at yourqueens.com. And we are here doing Behind the Talk series with an amazing panel of some of my queens and some of my great kings on here. And we're talking about Ujima and Ujamaa. We're talking about Kwanzaa and the importance of Kwanzaa and the principles and how it connects to our lives. Because on the 26th of December, we have our Kwanzaa celebration. So not only do we dress up like African queens, yes. We also, as Wally brought it up, as like we are educators. We're teaching about that. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. And that's the whole goal. Of course, we give you all the glitz and glamour, but we're going to sit back and tell you, my name is Makita, Queen of Sheba. I come all the way from 960 BC. I was known for my strength, my wisdom, and journey. I traveled over 1,000 You know, we go there, but then we also have this platform where you get to really see who we are, talk to us, learn about our life, and just see that this is something that we need to keep going. So if you're just joining in, Your Queens, we love and appreciate you. Share this out with your family and friends. Get some good vibes. We want to get some good positivity from y'all too as well. Yes. And we want to jump on to the second question is, what does Ujamaa I've heard when I say it like that because when I was young, I used to hear a dance teacher say it's Ujamaa. I'm like, okay, I got it. I got it. So Ujamaa, I'm going to read the definition again for our panel and our audience. Ujamaa, to build and maintain our own stores, shops, and other businesses to promote from them together. Stefan, can I have you jump on this question?
Yeah, and I'm going to be a lot more brief than the last time.
It's all good. It's all
Again, the definition that you provided, to build and maintain our stores, shops, and other businesses to profit from them together. This is resistance in practice. This is us collectively gathering fuel for the machine that we need culturally to build power and momentum and sustainability, to elevate and to evolve. And that is what Ujamaa really, really means to me. And again, it was a thing that was very convicting to me as a young person, as in the 80s and 90s, when another re-emerging of the diaspora came forth in Black communities, and we were displaying, our red, black, and green. We were displaying different things about kings and queens of Africa. We were displaying African dance, and drumming circles were coming about, and Black boys were participating in that, and that African dance was flourishing in those things. People started to really get in their bag about making that jewelry, selling those fabrics. Building things, that is really the fuel of what's going to sustain us and evolve us.
I love that. That's really the fuel that's going to sustain us and evolve us. Thank you, Stefan. Tawana says, just share to. Oh, thank you, Tawana. But look, I'm like, oh, maybe we can have you up here on season 2 of Behind the Mic. So we started our goal was to do these 10 series. Shout out to the iRant Network, my brother Logic, who's holding us down on this platform, doing amazing work. If you looking for a platform to stream what you're doing, shout out to him, because this is going to be like the next CNN for us. You know what I mean? So whatever you have, whatever things that you want to talk about, this is the platform for you to do it. Shout out to the Ranters Union. We appreciate you. If you guys could mute your mics for me, please. There's a little feedback. Thank you, loves. Yeah, so with this platform, it's so great because we thought we were just going to do 10, but on episode 4, we were like, we got to do a season 2. We have to have a season 2. And so just for our kings that are on here, just know that you guys will be coming back next year if you would love to. And I hope that you would love to, and we're going to work it out. You know what I mean? Next up, we have Queen Shannon. What does Ujamaa mean to you?
Ujamaa. So for me, Ujamaa, and just looking at the definition of it and just always trying to understand what it is, I always get such a clear representation of what it is at our Your Queen shows. We always have other small businesses, other Black-owned businesses, women-owned businesses that are there selling their products. And it's amazing because it is just that exemplification of what this is. We're all coming together for one singular cause, but we have our products that we are supporting. We're shouting out each other like, hey, this is a Your Queen show, but YV Media is here and they do X, Y, and Z and X, Y, and Z. And my sister over here is making candles, and over there we're doing skincare. Like, that is literally what it's all about. It's all about, promoting those things that we are going to be able to use those resources to pour back into our community. So that's what I think about. And even during Black Friday, I saw a lot of people promoting Black-owned businesses and small businesses that need that support, that push. I know there were Instagram chat things that were going on, and they were suggest a business, and I was putting on all these businesses that I love, from people that I know, people that I don't know, people that I've met through social media platforms who I know are starting out their businesses. So this is really what it's all about, and it's not just so it can stay with your brand or your company is so we're able to pour out into each other. Because if you support my business, I can help support your business, and they can help the next business, and we can help the future generational businesses that are coming up and being birthed. So that's really what Ujamaa means for me, is just pouring into each other. And again, going back to my first answer, is that resources, is us building up our own resources so we're able to make ourselves a stronger community.
Shannon. Very well said. Listening to you makes me think of for the past 25 years after coming, I lived in Nigeria for 9 years. I was born here in New York City. Shout out to the Bronx, but I also represent Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn, although I live in Queens. I know that was a lot. But it also makes me think about the International African Arts Festival, where it's all Black owned food vendors. We've actually even performed there with your queens, and also we missed it this year. Also used to hang out with Stefan up there with Dance Africa Festival, and those were, having a good old time. Where you at? Let's take some pictures and just having fun. Good time. We missed it this year, so God willing, we'll be back next year. But even in that, a lot of times, I feel like that was the only time a lot of people went and supported Black businesses. It's we're gonna go everything I need, but it was still such a great vibe, and it's so important that those festivals have been around since the 80s, early 90s, and doing the work of Kwanzaa, doing the work of Ujima, and doing the work of Ujamaa. And now you're back to 2020, and although it feels like Black business is a whole vibe, no, we've been here. We've been doing this, and it's been big all the time. It's just that media now is just seeing it, and we got to keep this energy going, keep this type of platform going, keep sharing. Because again, we make everything from toilet tissue to lipstick to jewelry to glasses to media, all that good stuff. I might have Queen Angie jump on next. What does Ujamaa mean to you?
What does Ujamaa mean to me? So, the first thing that comes to mind again is your queens, just to piggyback off what Shannon said. And you, Aggie, from day one when we met each other 3 years ago now, wow, 3 years ago, you were so supportive in terms of making sure that not only you win, but your whole team wins. And from making sure that making sure that you had a platform, that you reposted us, you made sure that if we had something going on, it made it on our Your Queens feed, but also your feed on your own page, and you tweeted it out to other people, and you made sure that you were there to support. And the fact that you did that allowed for all of us to grow in different spaces, just speaking about Shannon's platform when she was for Miss Black New York, the fact that we all came together collectively to share out to the whole world through our timelines, that one of our queens was coming on to be Miss Black New York of 2018 or 19, Shannon. I'm sorry if I get it wrong, but mama's brain. So it's just the fact that we had this opportunity, and you've given us all the opportunity for all of us to grow, is really a reminder of what Ujamaa means to me, because of the fact that you have allowed all of us to grow within your company and explore and be able to have the opportunities that we have and branch off from your queens to do separate things. But you've always been the supporter of all of us. So that's what Ujamaa means to me.
Listen, I'm sensitive. I love you, Angie.
I have to be. Look at this platform. You've allowed all of us.
I'm a reflection of you. I'm a reflection of you. You're the personification of inspiration. Titi, I love you.
100%. 100%.
I'm a thug. Hold it down. No, but for real, Angie, when I met Angie, Logic said, for the love of Kwanzaa, hit the like button. Yes, I like that. I'm going to use that. For the love of Kwanzaa, hit the like, hit the share. If you're just tuning in, Your Queens, we teach about African royalty through storytelling, song, and dance. Today, we're talking about Ujima and Ujamaa. I got my beautiful people dropping some knowledge. Beautiful, yes. And with Angie, oh my gosh, as you're talking, I'm we literally, this is not a joke or we literally do this. We literally support each other. I talk in we, maybe because I'm a Delta, so you already know. So I talk in we naturally. I know, Shannon. But that's how I see things. It's not even about me. You're supposed to pull up as you learn, and it's just a natural vibe. And when I met Angie, we literally shut the restaurant down. I'm never going to stop telling that story. We met on the interview, and we were talking. Next thing you know, like the chairs were up, and we looked like, oh, shoot, it's time to glow. We closed down. And it's just been a vibe since then, and just supporting Shannon on Miss Black USA. It definitely is 2019. I know it feels like 2 years ago because COVID feels like 10 years already. But with all this knowledge, I know. I'm like, I was making masks 2 years ago. No, that was just March and April.
Blood, sweat, and tears making masks.
Over 200 handmade. Yes, EkiFamous.com. Drop it in there.
Please check it out. Eki Famous earrings. Please check it. You see how we support?
Yes. Eki means joy, so it's all about spreading peace, love, and joy, making joy famous all around the world. But even that, as you guys are learning our audience, thank you again for being here and tuning in. That's right. We have a documentary coming out in 2021, so you're gonna get to see a lot of stuff that we're coming on where we're taking a journey of our 5-year. It's like literally almost done, so we can't wait to drop it. The goal is for next year, but you know how life is. Next year, Black History, Women's History Month, but it's happening. It's going to happen. And we love y'all. Next up, we have Queen Mickey. Take it. It's your turn, my love.
Yes. All right. So I would definitely say that I would definitely say that it is a way for us, by us, to grow and network. It's definitely one thing to just support and say, yes, I support this person, yes, I support this company, but it's another thing to make it your mission to serve your people by your own means to better someone else and ultimately yourself. So when we give back to these Black businesses, these Black corporations, etc., we're also giving back to our community, which is the ultimate goal. You can't live in a community if you don't want to see it flourish and grow and be great and spectacular.
Well said. Thank you, Mickey. It's a full circle, right? It's a full circle. I'm reading outside comments. Next up, King Wally. What does Ujamaa means to you?
Ujamaa means to me is just about, ownership, and first of all, like everyone around me, just real quick, everyone around me, like they have their own thing going on. They are owners in some way, or they will be. And I kind of try to like push that on the people that are around me. So shout out to everyone that's working with me that may be watching. I know they're going to, if they don't own something today, they're owning it tomorrow. And I will support them as much as they support me. I try not to do anything with someone without giving them as much or more than they give me. So, I'm really big on those things. I love when I watch what you are doing with your company. I love to see our people have our own company, have ownership. I love what Tyler Perry's doing with, when he built his own studio. That's my mind. I want to build own studios for our community. I want to build. Yes, work together. Yes, do those things and take over. Yes, take over Hollywood. Yes, take over media. Yes, take over the news. Yes, take over anything we can. Yes, build, keep building and working together until no one can stop us. So and to me, live our dreams. And above all, I always tell people, no competition. Competing, we do not need to compete. Everyone can eat. Everyone can support each other. It's possible. It's very possible.
Period. Yes.
Period.
Yeah. It's true. I love how you affirm your team as well. Yes.
Shout out to the YB family, man. That's because I treat it like family. Everyone around me, like you, everyone else. Y'all need support. I got you.
All day. Shout out. Yes. Yo, do you know also, like, this is why you're my soul brother, because I am obsessed. I'm gonna say it. I'm obsessed with Tyler Perry. I love him. I look up to him. When I'm feeling some down or some kind of way, I literally just YouTube him and listen to his inspiration and just know that he was homeless.
Exactly.
That's the sense you can do anything. You could be like we had Denise on here who was a 21-year-old drug survivor, and she didn't tell y'all, but she lives in a mansion, okay, in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Like you can be and do anything. Tracy said exactly. So know that, and it takes just working with the right people and trusting your process. Don't give up. Do not give up. My queen mother says, trust each other and work together. It's a whole vibe, mommy. I love you. Because of you, we are here. Know that. You and Benson of my father, Benson Asamota. Sidebar, he had me do a financial, that's what I'm telling you, like always study and webinar. There was like a financial workshop the other day for a black woman, for women. And he's like, Akiwa, I need you to watch this. I was like, yes, I will sit down and watch this. And I got my whole life doing that. So it's a whole team. My line sister Tahira said, move from support to advocacy, picking up what you are putting down. Very well said. Y'all are amazing. Black. We got to question number 3. I think this is going to be our final question, and we can just put it all together because, we're talking about supporting Black business that we naturally do daily. So in the final question, I didn't leave anyone out, right? We all spoke? Because we're just flowing. Excellent. Our final question is, how do you practice Ujima and Ujamaa in your family, community, and world? How do you practice Ujima and Ujamaa in your family, community, and world? King Stephen, would you like to start? I think you're muted.
I liked thinking about this question. So it really brought me back to, my family of origin and how we always knew these principles, and how lucky we were to be in spaces that centered Blackness, at least for even part of our lives. And I think about how my grandmother went to Central High School in Louisville, and I think she graduated in the early 50s. And I looked in that book and I saw Black people with scholarly backgrounds that would cost people $250,000 these days. And these were her high school teachers. And I was just amazed. But the practice of Ujima, even with all of our knowledge, Ujamaa, we're a little better at, but that Ujima piece is still a challenge. Even like we've come a long way, but I think because I'm so convicted by these principles, I see how it's not practiced at a level that could really propel us into the healing space that we really need to be into. And the Ujamaa, how I practice it is, challenging myself and challenging others to diversify the Black businesses that we support, right? So, okay, if you do fashion or cosmetics or events with your brothers and your sisters, then maybe push through to the real estate, push through to how you travel and vacation when we feel safe enough to do that again, push through to who you seek to get your personal care or your self-care, push through to sowing a seed into anti-racism and anti-oppression spaces and initiatives. And by seed, I mean, like money, time, talents, treasure, resources. But the part where it's how do you practice Ujima specifically in your family, community, and world, I think my work is pushing past where I still say, oh, let me distance myself. Oh, let me not get involved. Oh, is that really my problem? Or figuring out how to not do that thing where self-care involves me tuning out and not really using all of the qualifications I've been given by the divine and by like my ancestors and by my life experiences to do what the tenets of that of that says, which is to maintain community together and for to share one another's problems and help people solve problems.
Yeah. No, absolutely. What I love about this platform, and I love about you is you're always going to get the real talk. And it's the way you share it, whether it's something that may be like, oh, but it's like, it's so real. You're right. We need to continue to work on supporting each other and doing that part, what that looks like, but we know where it's come from, and pushing through, like you said, right? Another thing that's so great about you, Stefan, is you're one of literally, I don't know if I've ever told you this, you're literally one of the brightest, intelligent, blessed, powerful men I know. I talk about you all the time. I love your knowledge, and thank you again for being here on this platform. I'm a firm believer in, for me, I don't know it all. I say dance is my first language, but God always has another way of doing things. So if you're the smartest person in the room, you ain't doing it. So look at my panel, y'all. You want to have people like you and greater on here. So I'm just learning so much from each and every one of you every single week that we come on here, and just for a lifetime. I love y'all. I love each and every one of you and our family and friends for being here on this platform. Let's go, Queen Angie.
I gotta follow up after Stephen. That was really good. What does Ujima and Ujamaa mean in society today? I think the best way I practice both of these principles is being a reflection of what they embody. What that means to me is the fact of taking knowledge and being able to provide that knowledge to my Black counterparts and my Black people around, and learning from them in order to successfully pass on traditions, ancestries, and works of knowledge and things that we do to children and educate any of those who do not have the education, i.e., learning about Kwanzaa as we're doing on this platform, like coming on this platform, being vulnerable and being able to talk about what is going on in the world and also what I'm feeling, and then being able to give that knowledge to somebody else who may not have known, because I'm pretty sure that people on this platform who are watching us live may not know about all the principles of Kwanzaa, and we're bringing that to them. We're bringing that collective work. We're bringing that social responsibility. We're bringing that problem solving, and we're giving them the tools that they need to move forward in life, to be able to even get out this pandemic, or just have hope that one day that everything will be okay. Like, just going back to Miss Denise, as you said, she was a 21-year drug addict before, and now she lives in a mansion. The fact that she's able to do that and have that responsibility and be able to move forward in her life is something that we're doing, and we're bringing this platform to people to be able to do that. So I think that just being a reflection of what I want in life is my way of embodying Ujamaa and Ujima.
Perfect. Again, full circle. Very well said. God bless you all from Khadija Bearfield. Yes. I just love the support. We appreciate you. Uplift. That's my queen mother. Yes. Thank you so much, Tawana Bearfield. Yes. Thank you all for the knowledge. Absolutely. This is such a great conversation. Yes, Stefan is a scholar. He sure is, Miss Robin. Thank you, Angie, from my line sister, TT. Kimberly.
That's my auntie.
Hi, Auntie Kim. Oh, that's our auntie now. We're a community. You already know. Next up, and Mickey, take it away. She's gonna come on. Come mix. There we go. How are we moving with Ujima and Ujamaa in our family, community, and world? How do we practice Ujima and Ujamaa in our family, community, and world? Even from our audience, let us know, from our streaming audience, how are you practicing in it daily? And if not, if you want to say, look, I need to do more of this, exactly. Miss Ravioli, peace and blessing, Miss Ravioli, exactly. I knew very little about Kwanzaa, especially the founder and founding date. Yeah, 1966, Dr. Malana Karanga. Yes, wonderful chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. Absolutely. So I'm going to have our This is a great talk. Thank you for the invite. Oh, we appreciate you, Na. Oh, she has a name like one of our queens, Nana Ya Asantua from Ghana. Yes. Yes, queen. We love you as well. Absolutely. So Mickey will be back on, but I'm going to have, I started off with Wally, correct? With Stefan. So Wally, go right ahead.
Oh man, thank you. And I just want to also say, I love your energy. I love you too. And you always, every time I'm around you, you just get the most positive, amazing energy from you, your queens, or you guys. So I always love when I'm able to be a part of your events or be around you guys. The people who are close to me know I'm spiritual. God is my boss. God is my king. So, my whole, everything that we're talking about at the end of the day, for me, how I give it back to the world is about helping people. That's my life. Everything I do, my businesses, has to be about helping people, helping promote their businesses, helping to get them knowledge, helping them to make them their own boss, helping their career, wherever I can. That's where I do it, and that's how I want to play it forward. And I just want, I hope people do the same thing.
Yes.
If I help someone, I hope they help somebody else. So that's, and I love to see people help people. I love to see people teach. I love it. I love it, and that's why that's what I hope for the most in our community. Let's continue to work together and spread God's blessings. God bless you with something. Try to bless somebody else with something too. Like, you know what I mean? Count your blessings, especially through these times right now with Corona, and we know it's affecting so many people. Count your blessings and share those blessings.
I love that. Again, when you speak, it's almost like you're affirming. So you're already saying it. Those that you will help, it's almost like it's just going to keep rolling and pass down. And long as you have faith in God, you already know. Yes. He's already ordained ourselves. Less of us, more of him. All right? Well, praise him. Yeah. Give God all the glory and praise.
All praise to the Lord. All praise.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Kimberly said, I need to support more Black businesses. Guilty. It's all great. It's all great. And this is what it's here for. Absolutely. We have a plethora of information. Hit us up at yourqueens.com. You can email us, DM us at yourqueens Inc. on Instagram and Facebook. Hi, Queen. Oh, my sister Barbara is on here. Beautiful. Educate and motivate. My mom, you are living it, Wally. Yes. Oh, look at that. Support from my Queen Mama. You are living it. Absolutely. Just naturally, day by day. Mickey, are you able to jump on? There we go.
I'm going to attempt to jump in. I would definitely say that.
Oh, that sounded so good. Put it in the chat. Don't worry. You're here with us. Y'all know it's with this whole social media platform, we're getting to groove with it and just flow with it. So I'm going to have Queen Shannon. Oh, she's coming in. There we go.
All right, let's try it again.
Put some energy, some good vibes.
With the principles, it is a way for us to collectively work together to be better. We can't just make it out the hood or make it out somewhere and not want to help the next generation behind us. Because if not, then that continues a cycle of I'm going to get it on my own. If you get in, you get in. If you don't, hey, it is what it is. No love lost, but there's not any love being shown. So when we work together, we do better by practicing not only what we preach, but helping the next generation, because it is so vital and important just to have someone say, you know what? And Miss Eki says this a lot. When I was younger, I didn't understand it, but now I get it. You want people to do better so that one day they can say, I'm a reflection of you. Don't be like me, be better than me. And it all comes down to just being humble, but still recognizing that recognizes your power and your greatness. I hope all of that went through.
It 100% did. And you know what I'm saying? I'm a reflection of you. You sound clear, very clear. We appreciate you. Next up, Queen Shannon.
I was gonna jump on and say the devil's a liar. He always be trying to shut down some good words. He always does it.
Amen. I don't know why he be doing this. We ain't got time for the devil.
Yeah.
Listen,
Such a hater.
when they say when two or more gather, so we're already in here giving him the glory. Hello.
Right. But trying not to be long-winded with it. I think that everyone gave a great summary, like a great summation, a great buttoning it up point to kind of just talk about how we can practice it in our everyday lives. I think something that really stood out to me, and it was between something that Stefan said and Tahira said in the comments, it's about us challenging ourselves to kind of like see where we are and see where our position is, but push ourselves to take a step further. So I completely connected with that point of like, sometimes we're like, oh, I got to take care of myself, so I'm going to preserve myself, but then we'll get comfortable and complacent and not wanting to step out and help where we can or tap into one of our talents or one of the things that makes us great so we can help others get there as well. So I think it's just kind of every day I try to push myself a little bit further. And like I said, sometimes we have to know when we have to step back and when we need to propel ourselves forward. So that's all a part of it as well. So if you don't know about Black businesses, that's fine. It's first you have to admit these things. You got to admit where you're trying to grow. And then once you know that you're trying to grow there, it's taking that step further. So today I supported one Black business. Tomorrow I'm going to find two. I support in this area in jewelry and fashion, just like Stefan said. But now I'm going to go in like self-care and like as a woman, feminine products and all those different types of things. It's always pushing ourselves to go a step further. So that's how I try to practice it and how I try to think about it in my mindset, especially getting older and wanting to pour into the generations coming up behind us. It's like always pushing ourselves to take that next step. And like she said in the comment, it's picking up what we're putting down. So if today you're all about the support, I support this, I support that. Tomorrow, let's try to put in those actions. And I'm a huge person that's all about action. So it's great to talk about it. It's great to like come up with these plans and brainstorm, but we have to put our actions behind it. And I just thank every one of you that are on the panel today because you are showing your actions. You are always reaching back to pick up that Sankofa mentality. I love it so much. And that's really how we have to practice it in our everyday lives.
100%. Wow. So this is what I have a challenge for our audience members, right? This is what I want you. Oh, before that, also, here's something to think about, even like with supporting Black businesses, as even some that are new and just growing, be patient with us, right? Sometimes we may get some, you know what I mean? There's some negative, oh, I ain't supporting that business no more. Let's be patient. Take some time, give chances. I know it can be, if y'all feel me, I know it can be hard at times, but practice a little patience. I would say take 5 seconds at first and just know that Black business is probably just one person running everything, doing the booking, doing the shipping, doing that. Or it's maybe also a small team of people doing it while we're working our job to build this legacy for our next generation. So if you're supporting a Black business, you're supporting their family, you're putting food on their table, you're helping them pay their bills. Like real talk, they're out here. So for our audience, we need, I want y'all to, I know some of y'all on here know Black businesses or are a Black business yourself. Drop it in the comments so we see it when we have the thread going later on. So when we share this out with our family and friends, and then drop it in the comments and write what business you do as well so we can see that. Queen Barbara says, so true. I'm also trying to intentionally support Black business. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, drop it in the comments. Shout out to, again, my amazing panel, Shannon, Leah, Alamore. I love and appreciate you. Angie and Jeanette, Mary Hanjane, I love and appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Mickey, you already know what it is. We're Bon. I love and appreciate you. Stephen Anthony Beasley, King, thank you for the work that you are doing. Wally, just continue to walk in that path. You are a billionaire. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep rising. I know you're doing it you have such a drive about you and such a humility about you. Before we close out on this platform, talking about Ujima and Ujamaa, next week we have Monday. We have 2 more left for this season, but we're coming back next year. We are talking Nia, purpose, Kuumba, creativity. Yes, Tahira, owner of Pure DC Juice and Smoothie Bar. Visit us at Juice Pure DC. Thank you, Line Sister. Let's get it going. I want to see more. Everyone's energy was amazing. God bless you all. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. We appreciate you. I would like follow me at my business, Tattoos. Am I saying it right? Tattoos Kitchen. Listen, I saw some of your pictures. I can't wait to come eat your food, honey. It's on my list. Oh, Lord. It's on my list.
Yeah, we got a plate for you. We're closer now. We got some plates for you.
Yes. Let's do something for
Make sure my clothes can still fit.
We gotta do something for the end of Kwanzaa for that feast, right? Kitchen LLC, Facebook and Instagram. Yes, keep dropping them in. Share it out. Also, if you don't have a business, you know somebody else's business, drop it in there. I'm gonna put a blessing on Charlotte Beasley Food that she's just going to explode this next couple of weeks and more to come. Absolutely, Kimberly. Thanks to Juan, I'm going to try to do better. Live in Georgia. There are plenty of Black business. Yes, there is. Yes, there are. Black businesses will make more effort. Thank you, Kimberly. Absolutely. We appreciate you being here. Thank you all for the love. Love from Georgia. Queen Robin Taylor is a VO artist. If you need a VO for your business, contact me, Black artist. Let's go. Y'all better drop that. So I would love our panel to think about one word. Affirmation to take away from this experience today. I'll say my word is truth. Who would like to jump in next?
I think I definitely am gonna use Sankofa as my word. That's just like the summary thought that I had based on our conversation is just reaching back from where you were to propel forward. You can't know where you're going unless you know where you're coming from. So I think that is something that we definitely should pour more into and just understanding ourselves better in our community. So Sankofa.
Love it. Love it. Go ahead, Stefan.
Enriched.
Powerful word. Thank you. Wally.
Support. Felt that a lot today. That definitely is
Yes.
what came to my mind.
Yes.
My Black is beautiful.
Hey, absolutely. And you had mentioned something in the comment. Can you share with our audience as well, Angie?
Listen, I mean, we were telling everybody to support Black businesses. You can start by supporting the 4 individuals here who have businesses. You can support by supporting Your Queens Incorporated, Eki's Famous Jewelry, YV Media, and Stephen Anthony Beasley's platform. So
very well said. Once again, Mickey. I know she'll share our word, but we appreciate your knowledge. We appreciate you being here. Guess what, y'all? Today, we are wrapping this platform, but we'll be back again on Monday for Nia and Kuumba. And don't forget Kwanzaa on the 26th. I don't see all y'all here. Share it out to your family and friends. It's going to be an amazing show. We're so excited. We love and appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We thank you. Have a blessed evening and the rest of your week. And we'll see you on Monday. Peace and love.
Every song expressing the same thing. Every song expressing the same thing. Where am I going? God, how did I get here? I know the answer, just want you to make it clear. When you living off a promise, hard to hear anything else. I'm sitting here sorting through all these feelings that I felt, and them calls are crazy. Yo, this hand that I'm dealt, but I'm sticking through it cause I got the truth on my belt. Hard to win, like I am not moving. Over and over, I'm asking what I'm doing. People say it's the thoughts that I'm choosing, but every song expressing the same thing. Every song expressing the same pain. Where am I going? God, how did I get here? I know the answer, just want you to make it clear. When you living off a promise, hard to hear anything else. I'm sitting here sorting through all these feelings that I felt, and them calls are crazy. Yo, this hand that I'm dealt, but I'm sticking through it cause I got the truth on my belt. Hard to win, feeling like I am not moving. Over and over, I'm asking what I'm doing. People say it's the thoughts that I'm choosing, but I'm just saying the things that I'm viewing. Don't life give facts, Can you analyze that? Tell me what you see when you see it looking back. No flinching, it's real serious there. So delirious there, so mysterious here, so curious. Don't let go of it. It's in my hands, I won't let go of it. I'm here, I'm still here, I'm still here. Them words are heavy, don't wanna be here. That's honesty, transparency. Two words that I will say again. It's in the core, in the middle of my soul, crying out. Don't let go, okay, yeah.